My name is Jen, and I'm going to do an In My Mailbox. In My Mailbox is a weekly meme hosted by the Story Siren, and you can visit her blog at thestorysiren.com. I got all of these books, almost all of these books, from the local thrift store. If you hear purring in the background, that's because my cat's in my lap. Hi! I got this book called Frank Sinatra, My Father, by Nancy Sinatra, because I love Frank Sinatra. I don't normally read biographies. I actually have a couple of other books about Sinatra that I haven't even read yet, that I've had, well, let's see, one of my ex-boyfriends bought them for me, so 7 years. When I first got them, I was really excited, and I looked at all the pictures and I read a little bit about it, but I didn't sit and read the whole thing. This should have only been 50 cents or something like that, and it's got pictures of him, rare pictures of him inside, like that one, those one. There's actually a baby picture in here of him, but I can't show it because his butt's showing. I don't think that's appropriate, but I censored him. But oh my gosh, wasn't he a looker? He was so handsome. Oh, there's a good one for this channel especially. Frank Sinatra reading. Love it. Like 50 cents for that one. I'm not sure where you'd be able to find this aside from a thrift store. Maybe if you looked online. You might be able to find a copy on eBay. You might find one of the used bookstores or Amazon Marketplace. I've got Hold by Louis Sacher. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name right. But a movie was made, and I think I seen part of the movie, but I didn't watch the whole thing because I knew there was a book, and I'd rather read the book than watch the movie usually. But the book sounds good. Stanley Lenault is under a curse that began with his no-good, dirty, rotten, pig-stealing great-great-grandfather, and has since followed generations of Yelnaunts. Now Stanley has been unjustly sent to a boys' detention center, Camp Green Lake, where the boys build character by spending all day, every day, digging holes exactly 5 feet wide and 5 feet deep. There is no lake at Camp Green Lake, but there are an awful lot of holes. It doesn't take long for Stanley to realize there's more than character improvement going on at Camp Green Lake. The boys are digging holes because the warden is looking for something. But what could be buried under a dried-up lake? Stanley tries to dig up the truth in this inventive and darkly humorous tale of crime and punishment and redemption. I've got a lot of young adult and middle grade books this time, so I did pretty good. Damper by Barb and J.C. Hendy. But it's the first in the series. I already have book 3, and I didn't realize when I bought it that there were other books that went before it. Third book, I already had it, but I bought it at a thrift store as well. So it says, she hunts the realm's most dangerous game. Her fees are exorbitant. She's worth every coin she receives. Or is she? Mejir has earned a reputation as the most formidable vampire slayer in the land. Villagers far and wide welcome her with both awe and disdain, grateful to her for ridding their town of the undead menace, but finding themselves made poor for their salvation. Mejir has always known she's dealing with simple folk who only wish to have their superstitions silenced, and she's never seen anything wrong with exploiting them for profit. Now, tired of the game, Mejir and her partner, the half-elf Lisel, are ready to hang up their weapons and settle down in a place they can finally call home. But their newfound peace will not last. It's this part vampire, part human, perfect hunter. A mix of The Lord of the Rings and Buffy the Vampire Slayer, an engaging adventure. I got Stargirl by Jerry Spinelli. Publishing house is Alfred A. Knopf. is a New York Times bestseller, a Parents' Choice Gold Award winner, Publishers Weekly Best Book of the Year, and an ALA Top 10 Best Book for Young Adults. My niece is 11 and she's heard of this book, or heard of this author. It caught my eye on the shelf because it's such a pretty bright blue. It'll look nice on the bookshelf. Stargirl. She's as magical as a desert sky, as strange as her pet rat, as mysterious as her own name, and she captures Leo Borlock's heart with just one smile. But when the students of Micah High turn on Stargirl for everything that makes her different, Leo urges her to become the very thing that can destroy her. Normal. In a celebration of nonconformity, Newbery medalist Jerry Spinelli weaves a tense, emotional tale about the perils of popularity and the inspiration of first love. Cool. The print is not really small, not really big, say about average, but it actually has a little bit of spacing. It's big, definitely bigger than Nightshade. I'm having the hardest time getting through that book, probably because the print's so small and I'm reading two other things at the same time. Another YA. Big Mouth and Ugly Girl by Joyce Carol Oates. It's a YA or middle grade age book. Publishing house is Harper Tempest, an imprint of HarperCollins production. HarperCollins Publishers. Matt Nagy has always been a big mouth, but it's never gotten him into trouble, until one day when two detectives escort him out of class for questioning. Matt has been accused of threatening to blow up Rocky River High School. Ursula Riggs has always been an ugly girl, a loner with fierce staring eyes. Ursula has no time for petty high school stuff, like friends and dating, or at least that's what she tells herself. Ursula is content with minding her own business, and she doesn't even really know Matt Donaghy. But Ursula is the only person who knows what Matt really said that day, and she is the only one who can help him. In her first novel for young adults, acclaimed author Joyce Carol Oates has created a provocative and unflinching story of friendship and family, and of loyalty and betrayal. But I don't know why this caught my eye, but I think the coloring on the spine and everything, it just screamed YA book to me. So I looked and it sounded like it's definitely a young adult or middle grade book. It was originally $17 and I got it for I think $1.69. 10% of the original cost. I got this beautiful old book published in 1960 called Happiness Hill. It used to belong to a school teacher that had their name written inside. I don't mind that because it gives the book history, like Karen of OCD of Books says. She likes when she finds a book that has something written in it. I don't want to say like the name of the school or the teacher because I don't want anybody to try to stalk me. I don't know if there's someone that lived in the area or not, but it is beautiful inside. Beautiful pictures, gorgeous, gorgeous pictures. It's all stories and poems, and it's in pretty fair condition, I'd say, considering how old it is. Here's a poem here. Out in the open, high so high, airplane, bird, and butterfly. Out in the open, far so far, mountain top and evening star. Out in the open, free so free, shadow, wind, my dog, and me. Leland B. Jacobs. Yeah, I don't know who any of these poets or authors are. Some of them are like traditional tales. They don't actually have an author. Cows. I love cows. Yeah, I think it's really nice. And I only paid $1.49 for this. I will probably read this certainly when I have children. But maybe even before that, just because I really like it. The cover is so pretty, and it's the I can't describe it, but if you have old books, you know what I mean. That it has that old book type of cover on it. The first 3 books in a series, The Ranger's Apprentice, only thing that bothers me is this one is soft cover and these 2 are hardcover. So if I love this book, I'll have to rebuy the first one in hardcover, which is no big deal because I only paid 50 cents for it in softcover. So the reader in me likes softcover, the collector in me likes hardcover. Yeah. I think Jessica of Chapter 6 said the exact same thing, that she likes softcover to read, but hardcover for her collection. The print in this is really, really tiny though. But for 50 cents, I'll get to it eventually. I think this will be a nice thing to follow up when I finally get around to reading Lord of the Rings, because I haven't yet. I read The Hobbit on audiobook, but I never read Lord of the Rings. But I've got book 1, The Ruins of Gorlan. I'll read the back of this one to you, but not the other 2. Because I don't want to spoil it for myself or for you guys. They have always scared him in the past, the rangers with their dark cloaks and mysterious ways. Folks in the village claim that rangers have the power to become invisible at will, a skill Will would now dearly love to have. Will's heart has been set on battle school, on becoming a hero to the kingdom. But Will is small for his 15 years, too small to be a warrior. He possesses other skills, though, a ranger's skills. He can move silent as a shadow. He can climb, and he is brave. He will need all these skills and more, for Morgorath, Lord of the Mountains of Rain and Night, is gathering his forces. A battle for the kingdom is destined to begin, a battle the likes of which Will could not even imagine, combining the intensity of a young King Arthur with the epic fantasy of the Lord of the Rings. John Flanagan brings to America the adventure of the year. I found book 2 first, and then I found book 3, and I was like, oh, come on, book 1's got to be here somewhere. Nobody would donate book 2 and book 3 of a series. I figured the same person probably donated all of them. So, the book 2 is called The Burning Bridge. Really nice covers. It's got that smooth, matte cover. Like Elixir by Hilary Duff, you know, and it feels kind of like that. And book 3, it's called The Icebound Land. That's the cover of that one. It kind of reminds me of the Death Knight from World of Warcraft. I know, my nerd is showing. I have to play WoW more. But I get busy reading, and I don't... Reading or on the internet, watching people's in my mailboxes. And the last book, hopefully won't blind you. It's just this sparkly, shiny... I love it. It's called Molly Moon's Incredible Book of Hypnotism by Georgia Bing. I am so sorry if I'm saying your name. It's B-Y-N-G, Bing, I guess. That's how I'm going to say it. It's got a pug on the cover. And inside, it says, "Welcome to the wonderful world of hypnotism, and congratulations for making this wise decision to open this book." And then it's got red pages in the front and back. And it says, Georgia Bing was hypnotized while writing this book. MeetMollyMoon.com. HarperCollins. At the beginning of each chapter, it has a swirly, just like in the pug's eyes. And if you take the dust jacket off, which I'd never take them off and leave them off, but it's blue. And it's got the silver swirl. Looks like that.